What's going on, guys? Jake Bros Gaming 720 here, and today I'm going to bring you another video. I have some Titanfall 2 gameplay in the back, and this video is actually quite a bit different than my other ones. This video is inspired by Luna. He has a pretty big YouTube channel, and I saw that he just tells some stories, and I thought, you know, I have a pretty good story I want to tell. I won't do this that often because that's more his idea, but I had to share this story with my fellow subscribers and viewers. I hope you guys enjoyed the Titanfall 2 gameplay. I'll be coming out with guides and tips and tricks for that game pretty soon, and some gameplay videos for that. And yeah, so let me start off. So I go to school, elementary school. It was like a couple years back, and it was, I think it was like 3rd grade, and we had a lockdown. And at that time, I could not like say anything right. I still can't say anything right, but I'm just a little bit better. So at that time, I had to go to speech class, and there was like only like 3 kids that went there, and they were all my age. You know, we do it by grade, and at a certain time, we go over there, you know, take our class. And so I was in that class, you know, chilling, and then I stayed behind to do a little extra work while the other 2 kids left. And then at that time, there was a lockdown, and then that means, if you don't know what a lockdown is at a school, you can't go anywhere, you can't, like, go out of your classroom, you gotta lock it and that stuff. But it wasn't, like, at first it was a major lockdown, but later on, well, I'll tell you what happens later on. So, the lockdown happens, you had to shut the door, lock it, you know. It was a pretty small room, so we can't really hide under anything. So, you know, we're all just chilling, you know, and then, the speech classroom was in, 1st, 2nd, and kindergarten, building. So, our school has 4 buildings, and that was the building I was in, the 1st, 2nd, and kindergarten. And, each of the teachers have to check the halls before, you know, they officially lock the door and make sure that there's no roaming kids around. And sadly enough, my speech teacher checks the hall only to find the 2 most annoying. I'm not going to say any names, but they were just really obnoxious, and I can't blame them. You know, they're young and free. I was the most annoying 2nd grader. No one can top me off, but these kids were so annoying. They were crying about their lunch. They were crying. They were just so annoying. Like, they cannot keep their mouths quiet. Not even for a little. And this lockdown went on for hours and hours. Like, it took up most of our school day. At the point where after, like, the first hour of being with these kids, they'd start, like, forgetting about the whole security procedures and, you know, a little less cautious, and they're like, okay, we'll go get your lunch, and they'd have to go in their classroom, like, why don't you just bring the kids with you? So, I didn't really get that part. So it's been a couple hours later, and then it's like, alright, this is getting really boring. Jake, which is my name, we're gonna take you back to your classroom. I'm like, alright, I guess we're in a lockdown, but not in a lockdown. So I was really happy because, you know, I was away from those 2nd graders, because they were annoying, like, a lot. So, they take me over to my 3rd grade classroom, and then, like, the new rule is, when the lockdown happens, or at least, like, a really long lockdown happens, to further our education, they have to lock the doors, shut off the lights, but they still teach us, which makes completely no sense. Like, why can't we just hide on our desk and have some popcorn, you know, chit-chat and that stuff? I don't see why not, but, you know, I look at it differently than teachers do. So I get back to my 3rd grade classroom, you know, normal teachings, and, like, it wasn't until, like, 1 o'clock, till the lockdown happens, and it started around 10, so it was, like, a really long lockdown, and when you're at school, 1 hour feels like a century, so it was just a really long lockdown, and, I go home after school, and I'm like, hey, Mom, did you hear about that lockdown? And, she's like, yeah, apparently the kid they were looking for, so apparently they thought a kid was kidnapped off campus. So it was like the beginning of the school year, so everyone's like getting to know each other. Well, the kid was never kidnapped. They were just like in behind the classroom and really shy and didn't really know what was going on, kind of like that one kid in the corner. And like the mom of this kid was on the news, so it was a pretty big deal. She was pretty mad with our school because school contacted her saying like, your son did not show up to school, where is he? And she dropped him off, and I can see why she's like pretty mad. So she took her son out of her, I think it was the daughter actually. She took her daughter out of the school, and she abandoned that school for dead. And yeah, that was just the beginning of our school here. And this was like the 4th year, so it kind of put a bad like representation. If you're wondering, I still go to that school. It's a lot better now when it comes to lockdowns. Like, they actually know where the kids are. They kind of learned from that one. But a couple of weeks later, we were talking about the lockdown with our music teacher, which was really cool at the time. He was like the coolest music teacher, but he doesn't go to the school anymore. He was saying like when he was in a lockdown in his music classroom, he had a bunch of first graders. So like, it was like really hard for him if I can't handle 2 second graders, imagine like 30 first graders. I just feel bad for the guy. Like, God have mercy on his soul. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little story. I thought it was kind of fun. Yeah, please subscribe. I've been getting really good support. I don't know. I'm just going to do a bunch of videos coming soon. I've been kind of slacking lately, but I hope to come out with a bunch of new videos. And yeah. Again, this video concept was inspired by Luna. I won't do it too much because that would kind of be a D to steal his video ideas. But this is a true story. And please subscribe, and stay frosty.